Tonight, diversifying iron mining. That's the hope as local scientists take on a big task. Plus, a year of isolation due to health risks has led a Minnesota family to go the extra mile to get a vaccine. And later, exploring mining's history, how a new outdoor recreation area is honoring the past while creating new opportunities for the future.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. $2.1 million is heading to UMD's Natural Resources Research Institute. Scientists there will use the funds to look into how local mines can produce a more efficient type of pellet, and one experts say is in high demand. But as CBS3's John Cardinelli found out, this research could also lead to new business for the iron mining industry.
With a new $2.1 million grant, the NRRI wants to make a new direct reduced iron pellet that is more efficient during the refining process.
This is a big step for us to help make the future pretty secure for the Iron Range, as well as all the shipping that we do out of Duluth and to harbors, etc.
To do this, the Institute will research ways to enhance the iron ore pellet's chemistry in hopes of increasing its efficiency, which they say will save more than 30% in energy use.
As the price goes up, this type of material will become more and more economic for whoever wants to use it.
Saving energy means saving money, and those in the industry say if the pellets are produced, they'll be in high demand.
We have the iron resources available for another 150 to 200 years of mining at a minimum, and we believe that we can definitely service the needs of any type of customer there is.
Kelsey Johnson, president of the Iron Mining Association, says the new pellets could help diversify the local mining industry.
My hope is that they're able to give us another potential product stream and a new customer base to interact with.
Depending on the results of the research, Johnson says they're ready to partner up.
If they're able to find a way to make this type of pellet in our region, we're excited to work with them to do just that.
In 2019, Cleveland Cliffs converted its North Shore mining facility to produce both taconite and a DRI pellet, becoming the first in the region to do so. Researchers at NRRI told us they're finalizing contracts with the Department of Energy for that grant money. Once that is complete, the research will begin. Dave's here for a quick first look at the weather. I feel like a broken record, but it was decent out there today again.
Yeah, you know, the daytime start was a little bit on the cool side, some towns into the single digits, but others in the teens. And with a warm spell coming our way, it's just going to get warmer. By next week, we could be warm enough for rain showers. Here's a look at the start this morning. 7 above in Watersmeet was one of our cool spots, and 22 by the lake in Grand Marais was the warm spot. The rest of us were in between in the teens. And tomorrow morning, some towns in northern Minnesota may get into the teens again, but I think it will be warmer. Speaking of warm, today's high temps went towards 48 in Orr and Big Fork, 43 for Hayward, and 43 as well in Ironwood. Tomorrow's highs probably won't be quite as warm for most towns, but still warmer than the normal of 29, which is a trend that's going to be with us for about a week. Coming up tonight and Wednesday for the short-term forecast, partly cloudy sky tonight for most towns, though there's still a slight chance for a little bit of a spritzy mix along the Canadian border and the UP, but tomorrow mostly sunny and 37. Continuation of the warm and dry spell. We'll talk about when our next chance for rain could come across coming up in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Today, the BCA gave more insight into exactly what happened during the 20-hour standoff in Duluth on Friday and named the 9 officers and deputies who fired their weapons. As we already knew, DPD responded to the home at the 23rd Avenue and West 4th Street around 8:30 on reports of a domestic incident. The BCA now says after talking with a woman in the home, they were not sure if an assault happened. They identified the man involved as 37-year-old David Conwell, who had felony warrants out for his arrest. They went into the home to arrest him, but the report says the officers didn't know Conwell was armed. According to the agency, the officers found him hiding in a closet. That's when he pulled out a shotgun and fired at them, hitting and killing K9 Luna. The officers fired back as they retreated, but don't think Conwell was hit. That's when the standoff started. According to the BCA, the Duluth Tactical Response Team tried again to arrest Conwell at 3 a.m., but had to retreat when he again fired at them. Authorities tried to use chemical irritants to get Conwell to come out. Then at 4 p.m. on Friday, the St. Louis County Sheriff's Emergency Response Team learned Conwell was in a closet. They removed a section of the wall there. The BCA says Conwell jumped through the hole onto the porch and pointed his gun at the deputies. ERT members fired back, fatally shooting Conwell. He died at the scene. The BCA is still investigating this incident. When they're done, they'll pass their findings to the St. Louis County Attorney. He'll determine if the use of force was justified. We have a list of the officers involved and more on their history in law enforcement on our website. Vaccinations are simply not coming fast enough for many younger Minnesotans with health issues, and some of them are having more luck crossing state lines. Susan Elizabeth Littlefield explains why.
This Chaska family knows how to tackle challenges. Amber has quadriplegia.
All of her doctors have said she cannot get COVID.
So the past year's been especially difficult for Amber, her mother, and her sister.
I mean, it's been a year of severe isolation. Severe isolation.
Amber is months away from qualifying for a vaccine in Minnesota, but Pam finally found a store in North Dakota, 3 hours away.
They said, yes, we would love to vaccinate your daughter. And I just broke down crying.
There are many similar stories on the now widely popular Facebook group Vaccine Hunters. There are questions and suggestions.
I've been seeing a lot of people in their 60s with cancer, people with kidney failure, people caring for their parents.
The people who found success have found it in North and South Dakota, but there are no sure bets.
Thrifty white drugstores were taking a lot of Minnesotans. But this morning that changed. I've talked to many pharmacies in South Dakota in the last few days, and some of them say people from Minnesota are not able to come, and some of them say yes. And sometimes that changes throughout the day. So even naming a place wouldn't really help anybody right now.
She suggests Facebook and calling specific stores. And you could finally get your shot like Pam and Amber did.
Yay! Over.
Iowa and Wisconsin are not vaccinating pre-existing conditions. So if you want to know which stores and towns to try in the Dakotas, Pam made a second Facebook site called Vulnerable Minnesotans. Well, Minnesota is expected to get its first shipment of the Johnson & Johnson vaccine soon. State health officials say more than 45,000 doses of the newly approved COVID-19 vaccine should arrive this week. They placed an order for the single-dose vaccine on Sunday night. Officials say it usually takes a couple of days for processing and shipping. The health department is calling it a game changer. And yesterday, we reported Wisconsin will also receive 47,000 doses of the J&J vaccine next week. You can find more information on available appointments on our website. Michigan's Governor Gretchen Whitmer lifted some COVID-19 restrictions today. During a press conference, she announced an increase in capacity limits for some businesses like restaurants and entertainment venues from 25% to 50%. But the good news did not stop there for Michiganders.
I'm also pleased that we can now allow visitations at nursing homes, too. We know that this virus has taken a disproportionate toll on our seniors.
Family members must test negative for COVID-19 before they can enter a nursing home. Whitmer added that she is glad residents in the state are able to take this positive step without compromising public health. The Iron Range was built off of mining, and each community honors that in its own way. Now a new outdoor recreation area in Chisholm is merging the past with the present to offer people an experience unlike any other.
We saw a lot of smiles and heard a lot of good things. So
right now we're within 5 different mining pits that have merged together that are no longer active.
Welcome to the Redhead Mountain Bike Park. It surrounds what were once active open pit iron ore mines.
It's people's first chance to get into an old active mine to see what the landscape looked like after mining was no longer active.
It's accessible from the Minnesota Discovery Center in Chisholm, where Donna Johnson is the executive director.
It's a really unique way where we can bring the museum out into the landscape and the landscape into the museum. And people can come and explore the landscape, but then come into the museum and then learn what really created that landscape and the history behind it. It's a very unique interaction between landscape and history.
Whether snowshoeing or biking, the trails offer something for everyone.
Don't even need the poles anymore.
This reclaimed mine terrain is really incredible.
That's Trevor Smith. He recently moved to the Iron Range.
It's beautiful here. You're biking and you're looking across here, and you can see all the red rock and the lake down there, and this is wonderful.
While the Redhead Trail attracts outdoor enthusiasts from all over, it's also been really beneficial to the business community.
It looks really bright for the city of Chisholm.
Stephanie Scraba is the Economic Development Coordinator for the city.
There's a ton of buzz about it. People are really excited about what could happen, what could grow, you know, developing the downtown a little bit more, having new visitors come and visit the city, really being able to showcase what we have.
And Scraba added, there's much more to come.
Actually right now in a comp planning process, and we're looking at the community more as a tourism destination with amenities such as the Redhead and other trails that we have within our community. So it's really kind of refocusing on where we're looking at growing the economy.
So as you gear up to hit the trails and enjoy the views, locals hope you'll remember how this came to be as they pay homage to the many immigrant miners who built what we are able to enjoy today. Well, unfortunately, because of the recent warm temperatures we've experienced, the Redhead trails are closed to activities at the moment. Make sure to visit the Discovery Center's website and social media pages to find out when you can head out and explore some Iron Range history. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a local teen returned to Superior today after a grand adventure in Alaska. Why he got a champion's welcome home. Next.
Today's record low is 29 below from 1989. 1889 was the record high at 54, and stuck in the middle. Today's high temp of 43, which was warmer than normal. So how will the trails fare with a warm spell coming our way? I'll show you a picture of a trail that's in good shape right now, but for how long? It may not be long, and we'll talk about it with the 7-day forecast coming up after our break.
Local news and local weather here on CBS 3.
Discovering the perfect paint for your home has never been easier with Zinsser Smart Coat. Plan smart with interactive tools at smartcoat.com. Buy smart in-store or online for home delivery. And paint smart with this advanced paint and primer in one. Say hello to Zinsser Smart Coat, the next generation of intelligent paint, exclusively at Menards.
As medical professionals, we work hard to protect our families and neighbors.
Access North has partnered with the Minnesota Department of Health to be a covert community coordinator.
Thank you, Access North, for being an advocate and a resource for people with disabilities.
Contact Access North Center for Independent Living, your local COVID community coordinator resource for people with disabilities.
Mask up and keep each other safe, Minnesota.
That's not bacon, it's sausage.
Whoa.
Behold, Johnsonville sausage strips. Sausage that looks and cooks like bacon. It's a meaty miracle. Find them in the bacon section, even though they're sausage.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
There is nothing that we want more than students learning together safely.
And we only get to do that if we can all get through this together with everybody safe and healthy.
We can do this.
We can do this.
CBS 3 Weather is brought to you by Kerry Toyota.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, we've got a warm spell looming, and so trails like this, Lester Park ski trails, they may fade away fairly soon, so enjoy them while you can. But according to this picture today from our dear friend Steve Savaggio, Lester Park trails holding up pretty good for now. But temperatures could get into the mid-40s in a couple of days, and that may knock them down pretty quickly. Let's take a look at what's knocking down up on top of the hill here with current conditions. It's 35 degrees there, warmer than normal. Relative humidity is 70%. And our west-northwest wind, it's going 9 miles per hour now. It's come down a little bit from earlier today, so maybe the gusty winds are starting to fade away, but they could regenerate overnight too, so things might blow around just a touch. Air pressure 29.8, 1009 millibars, starting to come up just a little bit in the wake of a very small trough of lower pressure that's wedging itself in between highs. Highs that are going to dominate our region for the most part with a clear to partly cloudy sky. Current temp in Watersmeet 34, 35 for Ironwood, 38 from La Pointe down to Ashland. A little cooler in Hayward at 24, but still 32 in Solon Springs, and mid-30s towards Superior. And we're looking at low to mid-30s from Cloquet down towards Moose Lake and Willow River. North Shore numbers are generally in the mid-30s for most places. Low to mid-30s for the Iron Ranges, warmer than normal. Warm spell continues. Perhaps will continue for the next week. And with the high pressure reasserting control tomorrow, the sunshine pops out again, and we stay dry, perhaps till next Tuesday when we get our next chance of rain. Rain because it likely will be pretty warm. Right now we've got a low pressure system, like I mentioned, a very small one skirting along the Canadian border, and it has been kicking up some clouds, and it's been trying to drop a little bit of rain and snow mix for at least a portion of the day since this afternoon. Still a slight chance it will continue to do so here tonight, but it'll scoot out of the picture by early tomorrow morning when the sun comes up. We should be able to see a lot of blue sky thanks to the high, as I mentioned, reasserting its dominance and keeping us dry for about a week. Tonight, here's what temperatures will do in Minnesota. They could go towards 15 around International Falls, will be as warm as 25 on Park Point. So partly cloudy for most of us, but the border country could get a few snow showers and a couple of clouds. In Wisconsin and Michigan, those clouds and snow showers could cross the lake and go towards the UP. Wisconsin should be partly cloudy. Low temps on that side of our world, about 20 to 25. Then for tomorrow, the warm spell comes back. Mostly sunny Wisconsin and Michigan. High temps 33 to 40. The normal is 29. Minnesota numbers run 30 by the lake on the North Shore. Cooler by the lake tomorrow to 40 down towards Moose Lake. And north wind will go 5 to 10. 7-day forecast stays pretty warm, about 35 to 40 all week long. Even warmer Sunday, Monday with 45 possible. Next precip chance is Tuesday, and it has a 40% chance of rain showers because the high will be 11 degrees above the freezing mark there, 43.
All right, thanks, Dave. A mushing prodigy from our neck of the woods got a true champion's welcome today. 14-year-old Morgan Martins just won the Junior Iditarod. CBS 3's Peter Kavakowskis was there as the community saluted Morgan as he arrived back home.
Today, friends and family came together in Superior to welcome home Junior Iditarod winner Morgan Martins, fresh off his win in Alaska. The Brule native grew up in a mushing family, but this was his first time competing in the Junior Iditarod. Morgan says it was a challenge, but still a lot of fun.
It was a pretty long race. Lots of snow drifts over the trail, which made it pretty slow, but it was really fun.
Morgan experienced an earthquake, a run-in with a moose, and much more along the 114-mile-long route. His mother, Janet Martin, said this just added to her nerves.
I was nervous, yeah. I was on pins and needles the whole time. You know, we started tracking him after 11 miles, and it was scary.
Morgan agreed, but he knew he had a good team of dogs with him.
I know I had a really good team of dogs, and we could do it.
For both, the highlight was finishing the race, and coming in first was just the icing on the cake.
Seeing him come down the finish line, or come up the finish line at Martin Boozer's, he looked so good, and the dogs look great. They were ready to go another several hundred miles, and so was he. So that made me feel good.
As for what's next, Morgan wants to race the John Bear Grease Sled Dog Marathon, but for now, he's ready to take a nap and see his dogs. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, a new bill was proposed in Wisconsin that could change who is allowed to play in women's sports. We'll have the details next.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Home Seasonal Concepts is now open with the largest selection of outdoor furniture on sale. Plus, get a free fabric upgrade on custom or special order cushions and slings from Homecrest Outdoor Living and Tropitone. And free no-contact garage drop shipping. Now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
Millions of customers are leaving their providers and switching to Spectrum. And if you have satellite, it's not hard to see why. Because unlike satellite, Spectrum gives you all the services you need, like internet and TV from one provider.
They do?
Yeah, they do. And Spectrum has the fastest download speeds with the most reliable performance. Get Spectrum Internet with speeds at 100 megabits for $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. Spectrum wins on TV, too. Unlike satellite, Spectrum doesn't have an ugly dish to install. And you get exclusive premium original content with Spectrum Originals.
Wow, really?
Really? Plus, Spectrum has more free HD and free on demand. Get Spectrum TV from $44.99 a month. Call 833-909-4499. And unlike satellite providers, Spectrum doesn't have contracts or early termination fees. We'll even buy out your current contract up to $500. Switch to America's fastest growing internet, TV, and voice provider. Get Spectrum Internet and TV for $44.99 a month each. Ask about our easy self-install options. Call 833-909-4499.
New DQ rotisserie style chicken bites. I love you just the way you are. I never thought unbreaded chicken this good was possible. Your oven roasted 100% white meat chicken is 100% perfect to me. Finally, chicken that is tender, juicy, and flavorful all by itself. Or dipped in ranch. Or on a salad. Or in a basket with fries. Thank you, DQ, for giving me just what I needed. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Strong, enduring, and timeless. Stickley, America's premium solid wood furniture. Handcrafted by experienced artisans since 1900. Right now, save 35% on all Stickley during the Stickley President's Day sale at Home Furniture.
Every day during your birthday month, you can receive up to $30 in club cash.
Questions about the COVID-19 vaccine? Now there's an information center to provide the details you need. Get local vaccine information and the latest from the CDC. All at CBS3Duluth.com. When it matters most, turn to live, local, CBS3.
Join us weeknights. We're live at 5 as we go around the Northland city by city. A proposal in Wisconsin could ban transgender athletes from participating in girls' and women's sports. Republican lawmakers introduced the bill at the state capitol today. It would impact transgender athletes from kindergarten through college, and Wisconsin isn't alone. More than a dozen other states have considered similar measures. But to the people standing outside the capitol today, the bill creates new barriers.
Trans kids are just kids and should be able to do the same things that other kids should be able to do.
Representative Barb Dittrich stated that this bill is not about excluding a group, but keeping things fair.
It's an issue of standing for women's achievement, not cutting anyone out of participation.
If it passes the Republican-controlled legislature, Governor Tony Evers is expected to veto it. Well, coming up in sports, high school hockey highlights from around the region. Kelly's in next.
Eye on Mining is brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Welcome to the Kelly
The Filet-O-Fish is completed with a half slice of cheese. Is its bun half empty or half full? We'd say the latter. Enjoy your favorite soft drink for $1 and 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
You already know that Carey Toyota in Superior is a great place to buy and service your vehicle, but we have a lot more to offer every driver and not just people with Toyotas. We have the Yakima line of products for the adventure seekers, including roof racks, bike and kayak racks, and cargo carriers. We also have running boards, bed steps, and Access brand tonneau covers like I put on my truck. And for those of you who like a clean vehicle, we have professional detailing services and all-weather floor liners from Toyota and WeatherTech. Carey Toyota in Superior. We have something for every driver.
At MediaCom, we know the future is ours to create. That's why we built an incredibly advanced fiber-powered network. So today, when lives are being challenged more than ever, we're working harder than ever to help families move forward, businesses restart, and our communities get back on their feet. MediaCom is up for this challenge. Our network is ready, our people are powerful, and we won't back down.
Hi, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. It's time to welcome the new year with the bath of your dreams. With our Say Goodbye to 2020 sale, we're offering 20% off labor, 20% off material, and no interest, no payment, and zero down until 2022. All of our products are backed with the Good Housekeeping seal of approval and a lifetime warranty. For a free estimate, call us today or visit us online at bathplanet.com. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
Got a couple questions.
Do you think it's time for schools to reopen?
There is some positive breaking news. We've got a lot of important new information for you and your family.
Heart attacks and strokes happen, even in the midst of COVID-19. And at least one will occur while you're watching this. Heart attacks and strokes are medical emergencies. If you experience symptoms of a heart attack or stroke, do not delay seeking care. Call 911 immediately. Hospitals are prepared and can safely treat you. Visit cdc.gov/coronavirus to learn more.
The Filet-O-Fish is completed with a half slice of cheese. Is its bun half empty or half full? We'd say the latter. Enjoy your favorite soft drink for $1 and 2 Filet-O-Fish sandwiches for $6. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Now, CBS3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
The Grand Rapids hockey team looks to be on their way to the top seed in the Section 7 AA playoffs with wins over Duluth East, Duluth Marshall, and Cloquet Esco Carleton already. Tonight, their second and final regular season game against the Greyhounds here in Duluth. The Thunderhawks have a 2-0 lead in the second, but just before the end of the frame, Grady Downs sends a knuckler in from the point somehow. It goes off the post, and we're back at a 2-1 game after 2. To the third, Rapids looking to shut the door. Braden Holcomb thinks he has a deflection goal, but it's waved off for a clear high stick, so it stays a 1-goal game. But a few minutes later, they put the nail in the coffin. Pucks get across the slot to Hunter Bischoff, and the senior captain puts it away. Grand Rapids makes it a season sweep over East. 3-1 the final. And only a few more games to go for our slate of My 9 Sports Network broadcasts. Tonight, down 35 to Cloquet. Northwoods Credit Union Arena played host to Hibbing Chisholm and Cloquet Esco Carleton. In the first, Jacks get on a power play. Puck goes off the boards, and there to deke it in is Logan Dushkin. Jacks lead 1-0. Camera angle was a little off there, so let's play that one back. Boy, that's how you draw it up. And under 11 to go in the first period, Lumberjacks get a strike again. This time off the rebound, Cade Gonzarowski pushes one into the back of the net to make it a 2-0 game going into the first intermission. That's how it stays until clock winds down in the third. Dushkin again kicks it out front to Braden Timon. Not much you can do about that one. CEC scores with 50 seconds to go on the power play. Once again, they make it 3-0, and that is how they take it. The spring sports season is just around the corner. Lacrosse starts up in just over a month, and with games on the horizon, the Duluth Wolfpack have named a new head coach. Sarah Hurst has officially been hired on to coach the Wolfpack girls team, which is a co-op of Duluth East and Duluth Denfeld. She replaces Marissa Gilo, who is an assistant coach with the UW Superior women's soccer team, which caused conflicts for her schedule this spring. Hurst played collegiate lacrosse at Connecticut College and teaches within School District 709. And when it comes to awards, Emma Soderberg is not one to share. For the third straight month, the junior reigns as WCHA Goaltender of the Month. It has been since the month of December that another conference goaltender has earned the award. But Sode's numbers speak for themselves. The Jarvis, Sweden native led the WCHA with 30 saves, a game average, and the second highest saves in the league at 120 stops on 130 shots last month. This past weekend, she stood tall, leading the conference with 71 saves on 77 shots in their split with number one Wisconsin. UMD has their eyes on an even bigger prize than the Julianne Bai Cup this weekend down in Minneapolis. The fight for the final face-off championship and an automatic berth in the NCAA tournament is on the line. They will take on Ohio State this weekend. And can you say dynasty? Because I think that when you're talking about UMD women's basketball, that word most definitely makes its way into the conversation. For the second time in 3 years, UMD is again crowned the NSIC tournament title. They've moved up in this week's national polls, and the Bulldogs knocked off conference rival St. Cloud State on Saturday. UMD locks up an automatic bid to the NCAA Division II women's basketball tournament and solidifies their third consecutive NCAA tournament appearance. The Bulldogs will head to regionals in Warrensburg, Missouri, March 12th through the 15th. And finally, it is the end of an era in Minnesota. Tight end Kyle Rudolph has been released by the Vikings. Rudolph spent all 10 years of his NFL career in Minnesota, playing a limited role in 2020. He only recorded 28 receptions for 334 yards. It was his least productive year since 2014. He recently said he would not take a pay cut. That is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. March is Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month. Ask your doctor about screening options.
Being overweight may lead to high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, a weakened immune system, and can make COVID-19 even more risky. At Healthy Systems USA, get your free weight loss consultation from the comfort of your own home. Call or go to healthysystemsusa.com.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $400 a month as a new donor while saving lives. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give Rewards points. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
Honey, what are you doing?
Carpet's getting a little long. Tripping hazard.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Run!
Who wants a brat?
Honey, just get in already.
It's okay to be a little overprotective.
Seriously?
After all, it's how we feel about our customers. Western National Insurance.
Questions about the COVID-19 vaccine? Now there's an information center to provide the details you need. Get local vaccine information and the latest from the CDC, all at CBS3Duluth.com. When it matters most, turn to live, local CBS3.
One of the reasons that I love our focus here at CBS3, which is live and local, is because that's me. I'm from here. This is my home. When people reach out with a story idea or a concern about something going on in their neighborhood that they would like to know more about, and they're looking to us for answers, that means a lot to me. It's just incredibly important that we show up for the folks in our region and make sure that they are in the know as much as we are.
Would you like to lose a pound of fat a day?
You know, everyone just treats me a little bit differently, a little bit better. You know, I feel more comfortable in social situations.
Before, when I walked by a mirror, I would duck. I wouldn't look. Now it's like, who's that girl?
Order online or call today for a free consultation.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men, celebrating 30 years in business in 2021 with 30% off store-wide, downtown Duluth.
Well, thanks for joining us tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.